what I'm going to try to do is translate what you've seen into what you personally can do. And I've done this with a couple of Group M clients. The Obama case study was more specific to a type of targeting using custom segmentations that we called optimized planning, so that hence the optimizer. It's really about picking the right programming that has a higher concentration of your audience for a good price. There's very little risk. It seems really smart. The important part is bringing the custom data, the custom segmentations, into the planning process using a set-top box. The second opportunity that I want to cover off, and the reason they're together is they're very, very similar in that we use the same type of data approaches. You bring your custom data or use more specific data in the planning process, but you can use optimized planning or addressable. In optimized planning, you saw in the Obama case, there's about a 15% over delivery. Mike's group have worked with clients with Group M, and they're seeing somewhere in the 20 to 40% increase in target delivery when using optimized planning. So I think that's a very nice benchmark to know. As we move into precision targeting, addressable, is everybody familiar with addressable advertising? I'm going to say I see some heads nodding, but maybe some nodding off. So addressable is you're just buying exactly the target, you're not buying any of the waste, and you have an incredible amount of control over the impressions that you're delivering. You can set the pacing, you can decide what kind of cap to have, that's a reach and frequency cap. So there's definitely a different way of buying. Within that realm, you can see between a 30 to 60% improvement on the target CPM, like Kathy mentioned, the voter CPM, so just like that, the target CPM. But that's done through negotiation off of an effective CPM. So that's the purpose. You're throwing out the waste and you're deciding to negotiate on that effective CPM. With this new model, what is happening is you're doing the same upfront work with MRI or Simmons or with your clients, and you're discussing all those attributes, but then you're going back and trying to figure out where can you find those attributes from all the sellers or from a Rentrak type of tool. You then learn what those custom segments do. When you're rethinking about target definition, throw it all away, revision it. Think to yourself, what is the articulation of the ultimate target? Once you've agreed to whatever that is, and I'll give examples when we go through the Q&A if you want, you challenge your agency, you challenge your team to go find those data sources that most similarly represent those definitions. You then, one of the best places to look is at your current purchaser. What do you know about your current purchaser? Then ask your team, do you want to hit the exact same people? People like them. People unlike them because you want to increase your share. What is different about your purchaser than the regular category? And as you have those conversations, your team is going to hone in on where you think the volume and value is in those certain audiences. Okay. Now, there are some very common techniques that after I've been doing this for a couple of years with clients, and I've categorized a couple of them here, and we can go into a little bit more of that later. But first thing is, let's remove some of the waste. Let's stop including targets that are not our target in our analysis. If they're not geographically in the area that you're selling, get rid of them. Don't use them for your planning. If they've already purchased an automobile last week, probably is not going to buy one in the next couple of weeks. Get rid of them. If you're advertising to a household with kids and you have products, if you want to reach the households with kids and you have a household with no kids, take them out of the definition. All those things effectively reduce waste and increase the effectiveness and the extent that you can reach the target that you want. Always do multiple targets. Do not pick one. With one, you have yes or no answer. With two or three, you learn how to improve it each time. One of the biggest learnings that I've had through a couple of years.